friends out there. How are you doing today? Hope you had a great Monday morning. I had an amazing Monday morning. I just finished my yoga session with a couple of people. I was doing online yoga with a few of my friends. It was amazing. It was amazing. So today I want to talk to you something which I feel is the most important thing. Or I would say most important factor of anybody's success, right? And I feel most people are lacking on that. So there is something called self-image, right? There is a saying that you receive the respect, the money, or rewards, whatever it is, based on the self-image what you have. The amount of self-image you have or self-respect you have about yourself, you get exactly the same. You cannot get beyond that, right? So it is very, very important to have the right self-image, and you should love yourself, respect yourself, whatever you are, whatever way you look, you respect yourself, right? And that's very, very crucial for for a successful life, right? I came across this book called Self-Image, the Powerhouse Within, right? And this is an amazing book. I'll read out few things in this book for you, and there is a quote written here: one needs a strong self-image. It is mandatory requirement for stable and permanent success. This is the key to one's happiness and success. Okay, now let's read a little bit here. Okay, it's very interesting topic. It says people have different reasons for being unhappy and unsuccessful. The world is full of diversity and each individual is unique. Very true. Each person is different and each one invariably has some unique qualities. Each one of us can fully utilize our own unique qualities, then nothing can stop us from achieving success and happiness in life. Now the problem is we start comparing other people. Hey, that guy is good in that guy is in that. Now what about you? You have some of your unique qualities. Are you looking at those unique qualities? Are you trying to leverage those unique qualities and build on top of it, right? Sadly, many of us fail to utilize our strength, our unique qualities to its fullest potential, and even more strangely, many of us don't even know our own unique qualities, our real strength. Okay. Now there is first called self-acceptance. Okay, and let's see what they say here. It might sound weird, but most of us do not really love ourselves and give ourselves due importance. We neither accept ourselves nor respect ourselves. Someone doesn't like their face or the shape of their bodies. Some can see only their own negative qualities and what they lack. Some decide to restrict themselves only to periphery or build boundaries around themselves. Some don't trust their luck, and yet others remain stuck in their past. I hope you are able to relate with me whatever the writer is saying. Lack of self-acceptance is a huge problem, and this ensures us in an inescapable mire of pathos in life. Self-acceptance is the single most predominant aspects that constitute self-image. Wow. Self-respect, self-acceptance. You got to accept yourself first, the way you are. Whatever God has made you, He has made you best of yourself. So accept that. And I have seen many examples in the past. I've seen people who look ugly, but self-image high. They lead organizations like 1,000 people, 2,000 people, the kind of self-image they have. It's incredible. Okay. Now let's see what it says. Self-acceptance is, as I said, most predominant aspect that constitutes self-image. We will very easily find innumerable examples of this behavior around us. Right? We will find people around us who curse their lives, people who try all possible magical ways to improve their luck, people who suffer broken relationship, people who are directionless and confused, and still others who fan negativity alone. My God. Okay, the matter doesn't end here. The results are quite scary sometimes. Feeling defeated in life, some people commit suicide. So sad to hear that. Unable to negotiate life's challenge and perceived criticism, some go into depression. Yet others are estranged from their families because of tension or inability to adjust. On closer examination, we will see that the primary cause hidden behind and leading to such behavior is poor self-image. I hope you are able to follow me. When you are a victim of poor self-image, we only see shortcomings. Our looks, our appearance, our capability, our relationship. We all start finding problems. What is wrong with my relationship? What is wrong with my looks? What is wrong with my appearance? What is wrong with my capability? Right? We believe we lack everything. Simply everything. With a poor self-image, we doubt all we may have. So sad. And look at the seriousness of the problem. The problem with the poor self-image is that it increases with time. If you're not working on it, if you don't work on it, it's not gonna go down. It's gonna increase as you age. It's gonna increase. We can find elderly people still living with the endless complaint, inferiority complex, grudges, or a bag full of regrets. Even apparently, sensible people often suffer from guilt because of poor self-image that lurks hidden within them. A poor self-image will harm you sometime or the other. Now look at this. This is like amazing here, okay? Many surveys have been done regarding this involving people from all the age group. The results are shocking. It was found that people are worried about problems that don't exist. Can you imagine? People are worried about problems that don't exist. For example, 75% young women eat less thinking that they are overweight, but actually only 25% were overweight. Not just that, when these young women were shown photographs of fashion models with hourglass figure, they became angry, not really knowing or being able to express the reason for their anger. The reason that lurks concealed behind such behavior is lack of self-acceptance, leading to a poor self-image. My God. You gotta read this book, guys. I mean, this is amazing. Grab this book. It has a chapter called "What is Self-Image?" If you want to know, the self-image is basically how one sees oneself in the mirror. This is an oversimplified understanding because when you look into the mirror, you see yourself how people see you. People do not see you differently than what you see yourself. I will repeat it again. People do not see differently than what you see yourself. You see your thoughts and thoughts that people might have about you. The reflection of your clothes are not merely your clothes. The brand of clothes you wear and what opinion people form based on the brand you wear also matters. Therefore, how you see yourself is linked to many factors. Now I'm closing today's talk, but make sure grab this book, and there are many other books. on self-image, and have a great self-image and have a great successful life ahead. See you tomorrow.